Welcome back to the other side. It's your boy Dontrell giving you the news that you can use. Today we have an all-exclusive episode coming for you today. I opened up the studio to liberals and conservatives so that we can have a conversation, so that we can see where we agree, disagree, and if we can build a bridge where there was not one before. So grab your bleezy, grab your drink, and get right back and tune into this conversation, and we'll be right back. The first question is, President Obama was good for the African American community. Will the agreeers step forward?
So I think that it created an opportunity for other people of color to want to get involved in politics, because you've never really seen a man of his caliber and his nature speak eloquently. So I think it was more of like a, this is what you can do. I don't think personally he may have been the best choice to be the first African American president, but I think it just helped us to look like, hey, this is something that you can do. Like, black people can actually be in politics.
Thank you. Will the disagreeers step forward?
I disagree because I really don't feel like Obama did anything for the African American community other than make things gay and have us at war. Because what did he really do to deserve that humanitarian award? He tried, but that was all he did. Just like any other, you know what? Yeah, I'm done. I just don't agree.
I think that Obama, I disagree that he was good for the black community as a president. I'm not even 100% sure he was African American. And he wasn't really focused on the black people in America. So it kind of put black people in a position mentally, I feel like, for me personally, of can we trust other black people? Can we trust other brown-skinned people? It gave us a little bit of trust issues. So I'm gonna start it off. I like what you said. I really do. Like how it opened up for black people to be like, I can be in politics. However, there's like flip sides to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do feel like it gave black people trust issues in the black community, because we were like, oh, we got this black president, and you hear Jeezy coming out with song, my president is black, my Lambo blue, and then Obama turned around and he did everything for everybody but the black people. So like that definitely put us in a setback of, you know, trusting one another, and it moved throughout the nation. Like, you know how they say it start from the top, domino effect, down to the bottom. That's just how I feel like what it did.
I mean, I actually kind of somewhat agree with you guys. I like I said, you know, I think that it just gave our kids a thing of like, hey, look, like, you can do this. Was he the perfect person for it? No.
Absolutely not.
But I can name a few other black people who probably could have been a better president than he was. And he didn't do a lot for the African American community. And just like I was watching earlier, said all of our presidents are already picked out before they're even chosen, because it's all being controlled by the elites. So.
And they say they all like slightly related in some way.
I
if you
just
break
read that
down
part.
their genetics, like
they're all related.
They're great uncles, and for that to even play into the politics today is like, yeah, you already got y'all bonds, and you already got y'all plans set in motion. So we're just really just spectators, acting like we making the change. But Obama really didn't do. I feel like Obama opened the door for identity politics. Like, he's like, you got this is for black people, this is for gay people. Then Kamala picked up the torch, like, what else are we making up? Trannies. We're gonna add trannies on the torch, and now we're gonna add pedophilia. We just want, like, he just opened the door for identity politics for us to not focus on the real things. Like, he had us at war.
Yeah.
Every day we was at war. He was terrible. Like, Obama who? And I never received my Obama check. I ain't never get that. I need that.
Yeah, I agree.
I need that, Obama.
Definitely open up for identity politics as far as who's this and who's that and who's this and who's that. Like, because now we see it now with President Trump and like what we got going on with governors and senators and stuff like that, where it's a lot of propaganda and like finger pointing in directions where it's like we should be focused on the actual policies. Like, we should be focused on what's really going on in America.
We should really be putting America first.
Yes, instead of who is who and what is what. Like, we're all here in this one country, regardless of whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're trans, whether you're gay, whether you're non-binary. Like, we're all here in America. So we need to focus on what's going on in America versus who is who and what is what. That's not the issue.
Reset. My next question. Identity politics helps different groups of people serve their best interests. If you agree, please come to the front. Will the disagreeers come to the front?
Identity politics keeps us not focused on what's actually going on in America. It makes us battle who's who and what's what versus what's actually going on. Like embezzlement. Nobody's focused on how much embezzlement has like taken over America and how much it's actually affecting us because we're too worried about racism and sexism and transphobia.
I think it creates more of a divide in politics and in general, because when you just focus on that identity, you don't focus on everything else. You don't see everything else. You only see it through your own eyes, you know. And it's sad, but
I feel like a lot of the times with the identity politics, it's really not even a group that's advocating for themselves. It's some type of person that got a savior complex that feels like they have to advocate for the whole group. Because when you get into these intimate spaces with these people, they're like, no, we don't like that. We're not calling each other Latina X. We're not saying this. We're not saying this. We're not doing that. But outside, when you experience the identity politics, it's like, no, black people are oppressed. Y'all are being mean to trannies and transgenders. And they're like, no, I mean, I feel like that's wrong. Like, I've had plenty of conversations with transgenders, and they're like, no. I've never been pressed to go into a woman's bathroom because I'm not no woman.
right.
But then they have the friend that's the advocate of them to be like, let him in that bathroom. Like, girl, he said he's cool. So what you doing? Why y'all getting grouped up by the masses to speak for somebody who really don't even feel that way? Okay.
My next question. President Donald Trump is good for the black community. Will the agreeers step forward?
Ooh, I know. Ran up here too fast. But I feel like Donald Trump is good for the black community because really, what did we have before?
I'm gonna jump in. I feel like Donald Trump is good for America, including the black community. I feel like he is inclusion because he is letting us know, like what people don't pay attention to and they get upset about is him letting people know the truth.
The real.
He's being honest, and people often don't like honesty. Like, people don't like truth tellers. People don't like when you're telling them like, oh, I see you and you're doing this, that, and the third, and moving this type of way, and I just can't, like, I gotta let you know that that's wrong or that's not right. Like, people don't like that.
Will the disagreeers please step forward?
I think that Donald Trump is just not good for anybody, period. He's a pedophile. He's hiding. We want to talk about truth. I mean, how am I trying to say this? I think he is doing some good as far as trying to get some of the country back on track financially and doing things to help kind of benefit the American population in general. But I don't think he is a good fit or representative of the black community. Yeah, like, I just don't like the guy. Sorry, like, just straight up, I don't like the guy. Like, you know, and everyone has their own rights and opinions to feel how they want to feel or say what they want to say, but honestly, I think that we don't even need to have a president. In all retrospect, I think the presidency should be vacated. We should not have a president. I think that what really needs to happen is that there needs to be term limits on people, and that we need to actually have people represent other people. So let's say, for instance, just like the draft or something, hey, it's your 2 years to go to DC and represent your community. I think that's just like a better way of doing things. But
Okay, so you said that we should all have a term limit to represent our specific groups, like.
so, like, say, like, you know how, like, we vote to put people in jobs, like local mayors, local council people. That should be the same thing how we do it with Congress, with the House of
Yeah,
Representatives.
because
with the
why are
Senate.
they in there that long and they didn't
Right,
change
exactly.
it?
And you haven't done nothing for all these years.
Like,
So-
they had the floor for 40, 30, 40?
There's people who's been, and that's all they've done.
Like,
But I feel like I
Democrats
disagree with that. That
had the
sounds
floor.
too much like the Hunger Games. Like, I feel like if we start doing something like that, we're gonna put ourselves in a position to where, like, things could go far left. Because remember, everybody's not a good person. Actually, majority of the people in America, nobody is really good. Like, nobody is like Jesus. Nobody's Jesus. Like, so, like, you gotta think along the lines of like humanity and what makes sense. So, like, I just feel like that's kind of like extremist.
2 years, I feel like that would be too fast. Like, they wouldn't even really get to see the fruit of their work. So maybe like 4 years, because I don't really like seeing Congress sitting up there for 16 years. They get 100K a month and they ain't doing nothing. They purposely not voting on things that hinders the regular.
Insider
American.
trading.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
no
on
question
top of
again.
that.
Is Donald Trump good for the black community?
Oh,
Okay, so
that's
let's
what
think-
That's what the original
Yes,
question
he
was.
is.
That's what
How
the
much
original.
money he put into the HBCUs?
I've seen that.
He,
Yeah, I
like, forever.
but so because you sign a check and give it to a college or give it to a group of
But
college,
who else
that makes
signed
you
that
good
check?
for the black
But
community.
what did Obama do for the black community? He
I
gave
also,
them, he went to the college campus and gave them a rainbow flag. And said, this is what y'all getting. Boys be with boys, girls can be with girls.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, yeah, here's some fiscal education. At least Donald Trump opened the door for people to start thinking with that one part of their brain they suppressed.
So recently Donald Trump just posted that picture of Michelle Obama and Barack Obama as apes.
Obama, what you gonna say? What you gonna do? Cause it's beef.
He
But-
literally, wait. So, like,
When it's beef, it's beef.
with that being said, like, Barack Obama has been doing some monkey business in the, you know, in his presidency or throughout the presidency, throughout campaigning. And Trump, what he's doing in my eyes and what I see, and maybe everybody's perspective, well, of course everybody's perspective is not the same as mine, but he's actually bringing people together. Let's not forget when he just said, he's making, like, how they said black people are 3/4 of a person. He's letting it be known that black people are black people and they contributed just as much, if not more, to America than what anybody else did. Did you not see his speech when he said black people have contributed a lot to America?
So then why are they erasing our history? What did
What
they just do in
history?
Philadelphia?
What
They
history?
took off the mentions of slavery off the Constitution building
Why do
in
we want
Philadelphia.
that?
But
Why
but
do we
wait.
want that in our history? Why do we want to
Everybody-
keep being
Because that
remembered?
is part of this country's history.
Everybody-
we built this
Exactly.
country.
Exactly.
We built
So
this
he
country.
said, so
I ain't gonna
basically
go
what
to
Trump
China
is
and
saying,
see
wait,
no
so
statues
basically
of-
what Trump is saying is that why are we gonna keep on talking about slavery and why are we gonna keep calling them slaves and why are we gonna keep bringing up this negativity
It's
about
like, do
them
y'all want
when
to
they
remind
built
her or
the
y'all don't?
country? I'm going to remind y'all that y'all built this country and I'm not going to let it
go down that y'all were slaves. Why do we want to keep on?
Because
being
also at
that?
the same time, as he's removing that, he also was removing the statues of the men who the slave owners in that too. So it's not like he's just going back saying, "Oh, we're going to take that away," because it needs to go. Because even when we're kids in school, the first thing they tell us in school, "You black, y'all were slaves."
And
That's
what
the first
mentality
thing
do
they tell you
what
that.
mentality do that get to our kids coming
And
up?
then that's
Oh,
the
I was
first
a
thing.
slave,
That's the
I'm
first
gonna
thing
keep
when
being
you
a
a
slave.
kid and you argue with a little Mexican or Chinese or white kid. That's the first thing they gonna say. Fucking slave. And the black people, what they gonna call you a monkey? But nigga, you just as black as me, so that don't even matter.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, get that out because the further we disassociate ourselves with the slave mentality, well, with the slavery, we won't have the slave mentality. We won't be walking around with the victim handset with the mouth open,
See,
hand
Exactly.
open, brain
okay,
shut off.
I see where
So
y'all are
Trump,
coming from.
yeah,
I
so
get
Trump
that.
is actually doing something
Like
good by
slavery.
getting rid of the slave mentality, and he's putting a highlight. If y'all recognize from his speeches, he's putting a highlight on how much Black Americans contributed to American and how we are just as much of an American as anybody else.
Cause during February,
Pause. You both okay?
there we go.
All right. let's
During
pause.
February.
My next question. Black History Month is important to the black community. Will the agreeers step forward? Will
I wasn't gonna come, but I feel like it is important to the younger kids, to like the kids in school, for the kids that are very easily impressionable. Those are the kids that need to be reminded, like, you can do anything you want to do. You can do this, you can do this. Look, they did it before. They did it. It's okay for you to be black and want to be a cop, because here go a black cop. It's okay for you to be a man and want to be a nurse, because here go a man nurse. It's okay to want to be a inventor and make this and do that. So I feel like, yeah, but as far as adults, once you start getting older and it's like, that's the only time you acknowledge black excellence, success, no, it's a no. That's why I ran up here. For the kids, yeah.
Will the disagreeers step forward?
Where you want to sit? Where you want to sit?
I'm torn.
I disagree. I feel like, why do we like sum it up to 1 month? There's 365 days in a year that we could be talking about black excellence. Why are we not already embedding this into our children's heads immediately? I tell my son he can be whatever all the time, like on a regular basis. Like, Black History Month is kind of like a slap in the face, like, because it's like, okay, you guys were only excellent for 28 days. We don't even, like, and then we get a leap, and then it's like on a month where it's only 28 days. Like, how disrespectful. Like, I don't like that. Like, that's not cool.
No, I 100% absolutely agree. We should be celebrating our history all throughout the year. Like, there shouldn't be just one dedicated month, because when else throughout the year do you hear about, oh yeah, remember your Black history, Black history, Black history, remember your Black history? February.
The month with 28 days.
And then it's just like, well, I know in my head, because like on her point, I'm an adult. I know my history. I know where I came from. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need a month to tell me who I am.
To tell me, like,
or
hey,
to encourage me to be black. I know I'm black.
you know you can do anything.
Be proud to be black, no matter what month of the year that it is. Like, be proud to be black. Like, be proud to be who you are. Even if you're white, be proud to be white. But why do we gotta sum it up to 28 days and sometimes 29 on a leap year? Like, just why? Deja?
I just feel like February, with Black History Month being in that month, that might be the most racial intensity month throughout the whole year. It's gonna be stronger with the races during February than October, than November, than voting for a president. So it's like, when they're kids, yeah, when y'all are adults, y'all should already know what y'all can do. it's sure to be poured into you for you to
But
program it into the kids.
Can I say, like, I'm gonna stop saying I feel like, because that's really annoying. But when it comes down to our kids, like, why do we imprint on them? Why do we indoctrinate them to only care about Black history for 1 month, and that's 28 days? I feel like, stop saying I feel like we should be telling our kids they're Black excellence 365 days a year. It's not fair to them for us to only be like, oh, you're only Black excellence in February. Like, we could only talk about your Black excellence in February. Like, that's not fair to them.
Yeah, that's why I ran so late. Because I'm really on y'all side, but I do feel like there's a point in time in life where we do have to flash the little flashlight and like, hey, look, this is what's going on. Because as time goes on and on, it's like they try to minimize Black success. And even if you are around Black success, there's other factors to where it might even be minimized or not even like applauded. It might not even be acknowledged really. And so it's like, I just want them to know, like, yeah, y'all can do anything, but that's for the parents, like, to put more emphasis on that, not just like the school to be like, we're gonna color the girl that sat on the back of the bus, even though Black people had their own bus line at the time. Like, you know, we're just.
Yeah, and I
think it's
agree.
good for the kids.
I understand what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from. Maybe because I'm one of those parents that be like, you're Black excellence all year round. Like, that I can't, like, really sit on that end, because I'm definitely embedding that into my child's head immediately. You're Black excellence all year round. You're excellent every day. Like,
I guess I would just more turn it up a little.
And then, I was gonna say, and then, like, I sent my son to a school that's African centered. So he's learning about Black people all year round. He's learning about excellent Black people all year round. So like, I just like, I be like, for him, Black history.
Yeah, I would be sitting on that side with y'all, but come on, we just all can't keep agreeing.
Pause. My next claim is Donald Trump is a racist. Will the agreeers step forward? Will the disagreeers step forward?
You gotta go somewhere. That's how I was like.
I think Donald Trump is just an old white man. Like, he is just an old white man who grew up in some old white towns around some old white people who was possibly racist. And if
got that old
we
white
are
money?
being honest, America's racist.
The whole country. I 100% agree with that. You know, and I think that's also kind of put into like the way like we're like somewhat raised and how like we're watching stuff off of TV and things that are being put in front of us, and the news media outlets are like, oh, this group of people does this, they do this, them, they.
Based off of stereotypes.
Yeah.
I feel like when people say Donald Trump is racist, it be the racist people saying that he racist. Like, what is y'all talking about? It be the
Calling him kettle black.
Yeah, it be like they like, yeah, he's racist because did you hear when he said this and said that? I will never mess with nobody. You're coming out kind of racist though. You're coming out kind of racist. Like, the media love to try to make us hate somebody, and I feel like race baiting is another rage bait to where it's like, let's all hate this person because of that. We hate him.
Because it's going to make more drama between everybody.
And create a beautiful show of just racism. Whereas we all stereotyped, but like, it's stereotyping somebody racist.
Then also with the racist stuff, it gives the people who have the savior complex, it gives them a reason to come to the forefront and advocate for something that they're not even feeling or experiencing themselves.
Like Black Lives Matter.
Girl, don't get me
Pause.
Don't.
My next claim, voter ID should be required.
Agree or disagree?
Agreeers.
What are we talking about?
Because who did you try to vote for? How did you get here?
How did you get here? Where did you come
Who
from?
you
Like,
checking with?
why you in my country thinking you about to go vote for somebody and you ain't even a part of the country?
Why you
They
name?
want to talk about 3/4 of a person. You're literally zero of a person in this country because you're not from here.
Why your name got so many silent letters? Move around, hula hoop, move around, start dancing, move around.
What are we talking about?
We're not
That
even playing
is
like that.
insane. That is insane to me to not be required to have an ID.
Yeah, I think that if you're not honestly like full American citizen, you should not be voting in anything at all because why?
Why?
It's not going to benefit you. It's not going to benefit your Jose Uncle Marty down the street.
And it's not going to benefit us
No, it's
as
not.
Americans.
No,
Like, let's make
Americans
this
need
make
to
sense.
vote if you're an American.
I feel like they did that. They tried to make the no ID thing go because they knew that them illegals didn't have no ID. They didn't have no documentation for them to look like they was here already locked in with they, you know what I'm saying, feet already planted.
That's the monkey
So
business.
now they're trying to. I feel like they was trying to do that, focus on the IDs to not have them be important, so they can try to sneak in them immigrant votes to replace the black vote. Because y'all see how many people voted for Trump. That map was red.
Pause. Thank you.
I like that.
My next point is it is impossible to be illegal on stolen land. Will the agreeers step forward? Will the disagreeers step forward?
That doesn't make sense. Even Native Americans don't think like that. Like, even Native Americans, even the Indians is what they keep calling them, indigenous people, Native Americans don't think like that. If I buy a house down the street and you come to my house and you sit there and you say, oh, I live here too because I came here and I found it, we're gonna have a problem. That don't make sense.
So
That's all they gonna have.
But my thing is like society started in one spot. It didn't and people migrate. Migrating is natural human like you have
Life
behavior.
experience.
You
Animals
move,
migrate too.
animals migrate. You know, people as the world got bigger, clearly the whole population couldn't stay in one space, so it had to move out. So how is it illegal? Like,
How is it? It just doesn't make sense. Like,
It's
let's
like
make
you
one
think
plus
something's
one.
stolen, so you gonna steal it off them? What does that mean?
it,
Is double
it
stolen,
was
so now
never
it's paid
anyone's
for?
to steal. This is planet Earth, the Mother Earth. It's all
This
of
is
ours.
God's
It's
land.
It's God's land. This is all of our. It is our responsibility to take care of the planet together as a whole. Like, I don't.
So
Yeah.
it sounds like you disagree with them.
No, I
No.
think we're on the same page.
I think because like
I don't.
Repeat the question again? So they get
no keep
No.
The question is, it's impossible to be illegal on stolen land.
It's impossible.
well, this
So
isn't
what
stolen
did they
land.
make laws for? What did they make laws for? Like, I don't understand. Like, if it's illegal to be, if it's, say it again, if it's impossible to be illegal on stolen land, then what did y'all create laws for? In that case, why do we have laws? Why is it not
We're a
just straight
country.
lawlessness and chaoticness?
We're a
You get what I'm
country,
saying?
you know.
I feel like that mentality is just to support the fact that illegals don't have nowhere to go. And just to open the door to, I see you with that, can I have that? Just to support the squatter laws. To be like, I don't gotta leave your house, like the example you said, I don't gotta leave your house, this land is stolen.
But here's the thing, though.
So you gonna try to sell it off me?
But here's the thing, though. It's impossible to be legal on stolen lands. Is such a what's the word that I'm looking for? What's the word?
Hypocritical to be
Not
honest.
even hypocritical. It's
Innuendo?
no, but I like y'all words that y'all don't know.
I'm like,
It's insane. Like, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, y'all created Americans, the lead, the head, it's just to create chaos. Like, saying a statement like that only creates chaos. It only encourages chaos and lawlessness. It only encourages people to be like, do messed up stuff.
Cause I thought they were slaves though. I thought they came over here on boats. I thought America was founded on boats, stolen from Indians. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You came over here on a boat. A boat.
Pause.
Who stole your land? It is. I feel like it is for division, for just.
Yeah.
My next claim is this conversation is helpful to the culture of Pittsburgh and the black community in general. Will the agreeer step forward?
Stuff need to be addressed. Things need to be talked about, and it can't always be about females popping out of the closet and private parts being on the internet and people just doing messed up stuff to each other. Like, y'all, they talk about bridging the gap. Dapper Dan was in a news article stating that he was bridging the gap. If we're gonna talk about bridging the gap, let's really bridge the gap. Let's not only bridge the gap between neighborhoods, ghetto to ghetto, hood to hood. Let's bridge the gap with the political community in the Hill. I mean, not in the Hill District. The political community in Pittsburgh. Let's bridge the gap with parents. Let's bridge the gap with children, teenagers, and everything that we are actually going through. Bridge the gap with our governors, our police force, and things like that, because that's what needs to be focused on, not the ghetto.
I want to say that I think, and I go by this all the time, that right is right and wrong is wrong. And if people really just live their lives by that accordance of right is right and wrong is wrong, life would be a whole lot simpler, it'd be a whole lot easier, and it'd be a whole lot better. I tell people, the 10 Commandments is the ultimate rules. Okay? If you just live by those 10 simple rules, think of all the issues that would be completely just, because no one would care about what the next person's doing. I don't care what Tom, Dick, or Sally's doing down the street from me on the other side of the city. Because I'm focused about building my future, building my family, building my generational income, building my generational success. And I think that having these type of conversations lets people know that, like, oh, I don't have to be forced to think like that. I don't have to be forced to, because I'm black or because I'm colored, I have to be a liberal.
Yeah, that's right.
Or because I'm white, I have to be a conservative. There is a way to be like, open your mind.
I like these conversations because it does give a safe space for people who don't think with the herd. Like, just because you come from a Democratic family does not mean that you have to think Democrat, does not mean you have to think a baby getting chop suey is normal. Like, you don't have to think that, all these other things is normal that they're advocating for because your generations above you seen that. Like, you don't have to start protesting Black Lives Matter because your elders and your family was down with the Black Panthers. Like, you don't have to do that. It's okay to think for yourself. It's okay to think what's best in your favor for your life, what fits your situation, what have you been through, what are your morals and standards, and what side are you on? So I like these type of conversations because it gives people the space to speak freely.
Can I say
Any final thoughts?
One more thing. I feel like it also elevates a lot of people's mindsets, because to see somebody post conversations like that, this on a public forum, it elevates the mindset of talking about your baby's dad all the time. Because I see too many girls on Facebook always talking about their baby's dad. That's annoying. Always talking about their shorties. That's annoying.
Always talking about the next girl.
Always talking about, that's annoying. Always talking about weed. Always talking about liquor. Always talking about popping pills. You know how many people sell drugs on my timeline? Like, that's unreal. Like, that we are always talking about addiction and the negativity in the Black community. Like, y'all, they feed too much off of the trauma in Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh needs to know that there are people in Pittsburgh who are not only feeding off of the trauma of Pittsburgh, but trying to elevate Pittsburgh and their mindsets. Like, this is an elevation, this is a ladder, this is a elevator. Take it if you want it. Okay.
And it goes above and beyond Pittsburgh.
They
It
say,
goes
You know what I
above
mean?
and
they say
beyond.
Pittsburgh crabs in a barrel, well, we climbing up that barrel. You hear me?
And with that being said, I want to say thank you all. This is The Conversation. Let's talk about it, and you guys have a great day. Thanks for coming.
Thanks.